Yeah, he had a great run, and it's fun to watch. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I've been watching from afar and understanding just how much of a...
Peers, such as Larry Bird, publicly insulted Angel Reese by claiming that Clark is superior and that, in all honesty, her career is done.
Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese.
Has openly lauded Caitlin Clark, demonstrating that this rookie and Ree are very different. Ree needs to catch up and realize where she is.
He did it in practice, so I don't think you can ever get a better.
Indeed, the Celtics legend Mr. Cool went out there and essentially declared Caitlin Clark to be the better player. Twitter went into overdrive like it was the NBA Finals. Buzzer, with people acting as though Angel Reese had just been given a lifetime ban from the basketball throne. The sports world's jaw dropped and hasn't recovered yet. Who knew Larry Bird had this much left to say? And why is everyone acting like it's not the ultimate clapback?
The part is the way that she plays and her range and the level of difficulty on her shot.
Like the ultimate hype man supporting Birds, Steph Curry steps in. With his signature fluid manner, Clark surpasses Reese's proclamation. Steph is complimenting Clark's shooting range as if she had a cheat code that allows her to shoot threes from locations Curry can only dream about.
She's racking up, close to triple doubles every night, and her shooting ability is
essentially stated that watching Clark is must-see TV, which is a polite way of saying you're playing second fiddle. Clark isn't just throwing up shots, she's stacking triple doubles as if it were a casual pastime. If Curry and Bird concur, should Reese even bother appearing in court anymore? Curry's endorsement isn't just a nod, it's a standing ovation, demonstrating that the big dogs realize who's in charge here.
There's that, and so it's must-see TV, and I love what it is done for women's basketball.
Her skill is so advanced that it is changing the rules of basketball. She is the main attraction, packing houses and putting an end to her detractors thanks to her incredible range, court vision, and triple-double nights. The limelight that shines from Steph's compliments is so strong that it almost blinds Reese's camp. It's not just hype.
Caitlin Clark's been compared to you.
Yeah, but I think it almost robs her of the rest of her game because she's such a good floor. She has
While Reese is still working out how to maintain the unmistakable message that there is no place at the top for second best, legends like Bird and Curry are demonstrating that this type of love is more about surrender than it is about discussion. How long before Ree acknowledges that Clark is the rightful heir and simply bows out?
Better teammate than ML because he was the guy that would tell you if you wasn't practicing hard.
Clark's remarks that the best teammates are those who work hard and never give up might as well be about Clark, whose hustle makes triple doubles look easy by hurling jabs this sharp. Larry Bird's humiliation isn't just about numbers, it's about respect. Birds are known for appreciating effort and hustle. Bird goes beyond simply stating that Clark is superior. He is stating that Clark is the whole deal. Can Reese truly equal the level of work ethic that even Bird finds admirable?
In timeouts, somebody wouldn't be playing well, and he just tell the coach in front of everybody, say, look, coach, you're not getting the effort.
In addition to his scoring prowess, Larry Bird's reputation as one of the game's most competitive players stems from his unwavering work ethic and high expectations for his teammates. Bird is the type of man that expects every player on the field to give it their all every single night. So it's no surprise that he's so impressed with Caitlin Clark's hustle when he talks about effort.
Would like to play. I will give you all the...
I've seen a lot of B and Bird's famous remarks about the best teammates being those who hold themselves accountable and push their teams to be better seem to be a perfect fit for Clark. She's not just making plays and draining threes, she's working hard and always showing up with heart. Of course, Bird knows that it's not just about shooting from a distance. It's about the grind, sweat, and toughness. I watched Indiana State and Iowa play roughly the same last season, so I've seen a lot of B. It's a swipe at anyone who questions Clark's abilities, which obviously lands in Angel Reese's camp, where it hurts the most when a legend like Bird disparages her by praising her whole package. It's more than just a remark, it's a challenge that cannot be disregarded. How long can Angel Reese maintain her composure when Bird's teammates exhibit obvious disrespect for her? For example, when she was knocked down, did you see the young woman arrive? She didn't rush to her aid. Instead, she walked over there, and Tim Hardaway stepped right into the Firebird lit and didn't hold back. His opinion wasn't just a remark. It was a blazing spotlight on the tension that was simmering behind the scenes, according to Hardaway. This young lady's only activity, as you mentioned, is out here playing basketball and enjoying herself, and the media has placed her on a pedestal that other people can't understand. The story isn't just about the players on the court. Hardaway refers to Clark as the mature superstar in the room, the one who maintains her composure despite the petty drama surrounding her. To me, this is just hatred toward this young woman. His words make it clear that Clark isn't just outperforming her rivals. She's outclassing them in every way. Finally, there's the final call to action. The court is now about a camp divided, with some players who seem unable to handle Clark's rising star. Reese's squad needs to learn how to keep their star safe, or else they risk losing the basketball community's respect. Community, this isn't just about loyalty, it's about survival. In a world where talent isn't the only thing that earns respect, will Reese's team support their star or allow jealousy to ruin their chances? People have put her on a pedestal, but you still have to help your teammate. Hardaway's comments further the idea that Clark's dominance isn't a passing fad, but rather a sign of the changing tide. While some may still hold on to old allegiances or choose to minimize Clark's skills, the reality is evident to those who are paying attention. Hardaway's scathing remarks amplify Bird's subtle nods, creating a chorus from the basketball legends that Clark isn't just better on paper, but better on every level for Ree and her supporters. This isn't just a challenge to improve, it's a warning that the spotlight is shifting, and resisting it only invites more attention. Clark's combination of skill, poise, and unrelenting effort commands respect. You don't. Examination, it's difficult to accept, but when the greatest basketball voices begin to take sides, you know that the game has changed. Will Reese's team be able to handle the pressure, or will Clark's star continue to rise unopposed? Hey, Lebron, you're absolutely correct about these girls who are disparaging Caitlin Clark. You're all petty. Girls. Charles Barkley then quickly doubles down on Bird's message while pointing out all the petty drama that surrounds Clark. Barkley's style is simple. He lacks patience. He sarcastically mocks the petty females who are attempting to tear Clark down because they are jealous, and points out that Clark is the one who is actually growing women's basketball and giving it financial visibility. Take a look at what she has done and give her flowers. Barkley's message is clear. Stop complaining and start valuing what Clark has done for the game. He reminds everyone that Clark deserves flowers, and if you can't see that, perhaps you're too preoccupied with being petty to understand the true impact. Don't be petty. Barkley's criticism of the haters just serves to feed the flames by portraying Clark as a game changer who is forcing even the naysayers to back off and accept her as a serious player. She is making all the money and bringing attention to the WNBA. Cut through the clamor and places Clark in her proper spot, shining brightly on the stage. Isn't it tiresome to attempt to be critical of someone who is succeeding at everything? NBA fans can't make this Caitlin Clark situation worse. Bill Simmons and Charles Barkley, to legends, are not having any of it. The Clark-Reese feud blew up into one of the most overhyped media circus moments we've seen in a long time, and they see right through the noise, calling out the drama for what it is. It's a perfect storm that only serves to fuel Larry Bird's headline-making comments. They tried to get people to believe what we say on television because people don't like you or your personality. They claim that the media thrives on exaggerating things to the point of a straightforward analogy into a full-fledged battleground, whereas Reese's camp appears mired in trivial back and forth. This girl is amazing. Clark puts her head down and lets her game do the talking. That level of tacit professionalism is a stark contrast that adds to the absurdity of the entire rivalry. It's funny how the loudest voices always come from the weakest spots. I've never seen that before. Barkley and Simmons make fun of the detractors, not only because they're jealous, but also because their antics simply serve to emphasize Clark's maturity and class. Shaquille O'Neal, the last word in this story, seals the deal with his signature blend of amazement and direct honesty. Alternatively, she's doing things we have never seen before, and I have never seen somebody do it consistently. Shaq acknowledges that he was initially skeptical, but after witnessing Clark shoot threes from locations that even Steph Curry wouldn't dare attempt, he became a believer. He talks about her shooting range as though she were some sort of shooting god, making Curry appear like a child still learning the ropes. "I was a hater because, well, I'm down," she was saying. "She's not going to hit that shot, and then, damn, she's not going to hit that shot if I say it 10 times. However, it's not just about distance. It's also about clutch shots, a fearless attitude, and sheer confidence that make Clark unquestionable." Shaq's praise feels like the final piece of the puzzle, putting everything in perspective when even Shaq is sold. You know, this isn't just hype, it's the real deal in the basketball world. Buzzing, and it was Larry Bird's remark that ignited the fire when Shaq was persuaded that there was no point in arguing if all you had to say for Caitlin was that it would have been a fantastic marketing opportunity and you had no basketball experience or chemistry with the group you mentioned. I don't want to hear it, so this is where things start to get really interesting. Some people attempted to claim that Caitlin Clark's success was solely due to her marketing, but in reality, her attractive appearance is what draws attention to her on social media. Stephen A. Smith pointed that out sharply, saying, "If your only argument for Clark is that she's good at marketing, then please spare us the nonsense. Buzz isn't a basketball player because the WNBA's ultimate objective isn't simply selling tickets or increasing Instagram followers. I believe it makes a mockery of the women's game if the emphasis is on okay, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented. We're not putting the best team out when you claim that Clark lacks the skill. You're really shooting yourself in the foot. It's all about putting the best players on the court. The league may even suffer more if players are chosen solely for their marketability rather than their skill. You want to improve the game by including the best players, regardless of how well-known or up-and-coming they are. So why are some people still preoccupied with marketing when the scoreboard clearly shows talent? Caitlin Clark has won the Rookie of the Year award unanimously since then. He finished 4th in MVP voting and led the league in assists. If you thought the Clark's just hype argument was valid, well, she's been busily disproving it. Clark won Rookie of the Year, uniformly dominated the league in assists, and finished 4th in MVP voting. These aren't participation trophies, they're unmistakable evidence that she's not just a passing fad. Many people once claimed that she hadn't proven herself in the WNBA, but now that she's at the Olympics, Diana Taurasi. The Taurasi, even her most critical critics had to back down when she was on the team, and let's not even talk about the turmoil surrounding the Olympic team. Some of the guards who made the cut had less outstanding stats than Clark. Diana. The Taurasi, it's like politics and old guard biases decided who got in rather than who was killing it on the court. A legend was outperformed by Clark prior to the Olympics, and Chelsea Gray hardly played because of injury, but Clark was left off the squad. Cue the eye roll. Some claimed that Caitlin Clark lacked experience or team chemistry, which seems like a valid excuse if you ignore the fact that she was statistically outperforming many of the team's veterans. However, Stephen A. and Shannon pointed out that basketball was never the reason for Clark's exclusion from the team, even though she is one of the most talented basketball players of all time. Evident the chemistry argument was more smoke than fire. And even though Caitlin Clark was playing better than many of the guards who were selected, she was still averaging 16 points per game at the time, which was more than many of them. In actuality, Clark's style is so explosive that it upends the established quo, which terrifies people. However, rather than embracing a new superstar, some people clung to their old favorites and minimized her abilities, even claiming that Clark was only averaging 5 points per game at the time was total bullshit. She was scoring 16 points per game, more than many guards who qualified for the Olympics. Why do people criticize the rookie who is already disproving everyone? Tim Hardaway and Steph Curry are complimenting Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese should absolutely quit thinking of herself as Clark. Do you agree? If so, please share your opinions in the comments section below. Join this channel by subscribing.